my chances, I don't care if I am fencing brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye.
I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight I can't kill this feeling sober. So I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't have time inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your mind to remember me this way. I feel like that we're getting closer to a brand new night. The past is finally getting over. I really think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me.
as days passes by, and most long for a place that they never find. I'm afraid I wake up when I die, and it is too late to climb any mountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal. Sometimes I feel that my luck's run out. When things don't go to plan, I kinda lose my mind. I hope it's real, this life comes around. Just keep your faith and search for the fountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal.
If I walk to the sea, baby, I never say, for I will fall into the light. Every time I try to breathe, the moon will rise and carry me, for I've loved and I have died. So I won't hold back, and you should know that was never gone, just have regrets. So I won't go back, oh Lord, I got me to forget the time I lost with no regrets, and the moon shine back again. And the moon shine back again. When I drove down to my base, while I blamed
talk to you so I can be close to you. It's really simple if you look at it that way. Time that we get by with money we don't know. Pockets empty, but ours are full anyway. Hey, playing like children and love like car and J. You were too good for me, but I wanted you anyway. I always loved you over my head, even when you lived alone to make your parents mad. Say goodbye to your old life, turn the page, fall on my bed. I don't care, it's loving you over my head.
Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to our, the waveline. I lost my train of thought there for a quick second. It is the losers bracket round 3 for EGL. Today I'm joined by Clutch, and Sultan should be coming any minute now. So Clutch, let us know, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. This is it. It's the losers bracket finals. We've got Hyperion versus VBU. Should be a pretty good matchup, actually. I think both these teams stack up well against each other. And I'm expecting a 4 or 5 game series. I think it's going to be really entertaining to watch. And hopefully we get some good League of Legends tonight.
Yeah, and we definitely started a little bit later tonight just because, like you just said, Clutch, there's not too much to talk about. We had, obviously, the last week's series between VBU and Hawthorne, and right now we're just watching VBU go against Hyperion. So, I guess we can just get right into it. So right here we have VBU versus Hawthorne. Obviously, it was a 3-0 for VBU. I mean, it was kind of a quick 3 games. Hawthorne, unfortunately, did FF in their last game. But I think the first 2 games were really, really strong from Hawthorne, despite it being a 3-0.
Yeah, obviously Hawthorne did get 3-0, but they were in most of the games. I think the series as a whole was it was very messy. I don't think any VBU or Hawthorne necessarily played well. It just kind of seemed like they both wanted to fight a lot, which is what I did say. Like, both these teams are just going to look to fight you. And it was a messy series, but it was entertaining. You got a lot of fighting. Like, there was a lot of skirmishing, constant action. So definitely for the viewer, really fun to watch. Both the teams just going at it, but VBU, taking that 3-0. First 2 games were a little closer. Game 3 was just so one-sided. It just didn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, game 1 was just like Kiting got the pentakill on the Corki, and it was just like, okay, well, now what? Now what, Hawthorne? And then Kaita just kind of steamrolled the entire team. I think, yeah, I'm just looking at it now. He ended 20-4 on the Corki. It was a little disgusting. We did see some, we still saw a lot of strength from Hawthorne. I think that game, especially on Matty Mice on the Thresh, he was kind of hooking Toxin over and over again. But, sometimes it's not enough. And, yeah, like we've pointed it out multiple times before, Kyton is just like the 1v9 carry we've seen come again and again for VBU.
Kyton, he's just looked insane this entire season. Honestly, he's an MVP candidate. Like, this guy has just been steamrolling the league. He's easily top 3 players in the league. Easily the best mid. I think this guy is super insane. And we'll have to see how he does, tonight up against Hyperion, because he has not actually played Hyperion. So we'll see how that's going to go. Especially since Hyperion obviously is the first seed, and they have had a week off. So we'll see how they're going to do coming into this series against VBU.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you. They're just, like you said, there's so much, I think, riding on both VBU and Hyperion's shoulders this week, because obviously Hyperion did lose to Flippa in the winner's bracket, so they dropped down to the loser's bracket, and I think VBU also lost to, think they also lost to. Okay, I'm trying to remember who they lost to. Yeah, it was also Flippa. So both of these teams are kind of like, well, we're this is like the Flippa losers refuge club. You know, they both got knocked out by Flippa out of the the winners bracket, and VBU fought their way back. They beat Monkeys Rising, they beat Hawthorne, and now they're here, right? So I feel like both of these teams are just looking for another chance to go against Flippa. So I mean, yeah, like you said, Clutch, it's going to be really interesting to see. And I know that there's still been a lot of roster moves from, both of these teams. I think some players were slotting out, slotting in, back and forth. And, like, there was a lot of, I don't know, not uncertainty, I want to say, but it's a lot of just, I want to say, like, it's instability almost, because we don't know how these players are going to play with each other. We don't know exactly what it's going to be going into it. But I'm not sure where Sultan is, but I guess we'll just move on to the predictions for our one series of the week. So obviously we had Matt Pizza here, but he has to do like real life things. Can you imagine not just like sitting at home all day and trying to do like
Cringe.
I know, right? Not imagine like not actually having to do like Elemental League stuff. Crazy. So yeah, so Sultan did vote 3-2 VBU. If you guys are wondering, Matt Pizza also said 3-2 VBU. And Clutch and I are both on the team of Hyperion. Clutch, you said 3-1. I said 3-2. So what do you think is going to make it a 3-1 for Hyperion?
So I think that VBU, like as a team, obviously it's just revolving around Chitin. I don't know what actually VBU is bringing into tonight, who's playing, and I also don't know who's playing for Hyperion. Because as we know, they had the E-sub. I don't know if he's playing tonight. I don't know if Dracana is coming back. I heard Rune Mage might be playing. Like, I don't know what both of these rosters are bringing to the table tonight, basically. So it's very hard to predict. Like, I know there are some players who will be playing. Like, I know Chitin's going to be playing, right? Like, he's going to be playing. You probably can safely assume Attila Lo-Fi will be playing. Like, there are some players you can assume, but there are some that are up in the air. And when they're up in the air, it's really hard to predict the series. If I don't even know what the starting lineup is, you kind of just have to go, okay, flip a coin, see what it is. So I went with Hyperion. I think after last week, VBU didn't look like a very good team against Hawthorne. They kind of were just opting into this like really weird, just fight everything for fun. We'll just skill check you and win. And I mean, if they do that against Hyperion, Hyperion has the people who can just skill check you back, and neutralize you. So we'll see how it's going to go. I think Hyperion, they play a slower game. They're not necessarily the team that's going to fight you. They like to take things very slow, very calculated. And VBU just like to throw things at you and throw darts and hope one's going to land. And most of the times it does, because they do have Chitin in the mid lane, who's just a superstar player. So I don't know who's starting. If I knew who was starting, I could make a more accurate prediction. But yeah, this is just what I went with based off the knowledge that I do know.
Yeah, in the Twitch chat they are saying that Rune Mage is back on the roster. I don't remember I don't think Dracana is playing this week, actually, so we'll have to see. I don't exactly remember the Dracana Chitin matchup, but I think that would have been my matchup to watch if those two were to face each other. But I'm on the same side of the coin as you, Clutch. I said 3-2 Hyperion, mostly just because, like you said, we've seen Hyperion play the more, slow, calculated game. They are more careful and they think about their actions before, going in and, executing them. I feel like at this point in the playoffs, this point in the season, and this point, like, against a team like VBU, you need to be kind of prepared. You need to be one step ahead, right? So, Hyperion, I've seen them play, and I've seen just I've seen a lot of team coordination from them as well. So that kind of play style and being able to be on the same page as everybody and know what you're doing, have that game plan, know what you're going to do, and then be able to respond to what VBU is most likely going to do. I think that's going to be what's going to put Hyperion ahead of VBU. But I do understand the argument for VBU, like Matt Pizza and Sultan had, predicted. I think VBU has a lot of talent, like you said, Clutch. You know, sometimes they find like that dart that hits bullseye, and then it just kind of snowballs the game, and then like it's like Kaiten, he gets the pentakill, and the game's kind of over. And then I remember they had a level 1, and then Kaiten walked out like of the level 1 into lane 2-0 and 1. So there's a lot of just like I feel like there's still a lot of chances for VBU to find leads in the games, but it really depends, right? And there's a lot of just like it's a lot of I think the best way to really describe it is how you say just like it's just we just throw things at the wall and hope one hits, one sticks. So I'm not sure if Sultan is here, so let me double check.
Yeah. What Pac and Colonel tonight? Let's go. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm not really looking at Twitch chat, so my internet is really bad. I have to take an exam today, guys. So wish me luck. Yeah, econ.
Yeah, imagine having to do an exam.
Oh yeah, Peppa hands. Got to take an
Pepe
econ
hands.
exam.
You. Yeah, Twitch chat, how are you guys doing? It's just Clutch and I. We're just chilling. We decided to run a shorter pregame show, mostly because there's only this series and last week's series to talk about, and every time I yell at Matt Pizza, I'm like, where are my stats, man? And he's like, hold on guys, I gotta be right back. And then now here we are. We're in the second to last week of EGL.
Yeah, there are actually 2 weeks left. That's insane. We're almost done.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really long journey. Like, it doesn't feel like all of that time has passed, but here we are, right? Second last week. Next week are the EGL finals. It could be Hyperion or VBU against Flippa. It's pretty crazy if you think about it. But yeah, I don't know. We talked about it a little bit on the EDL pregame show last week when we did the finals for that. Moving into next split, obviously we have nothing 100% set in stone. It's more so just thinking like, are we gonna have? So I'm pretty sure we've all agreed we're not going to have a normal, like a regular split. We had a really strange time, I think, starting for this season, like EDL season 1 and season 2, excuse me, and EGL season 1. Yeah, Clutch. I think we're just doing the like the weekend tournaments or like the small invitationals, stuff like that.
Yeah. We'll probably have 1 or 2. I mean, it's not gonna be anything big.
Yeah. So we'll definitely see. Moving into next season, I mean, there's gonna be a couple changes, and we'll see. We have some big stuff coming. I can't leak though. Can't leak it. Big. We can't let the boys down, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. So Clutch, what do you think? So excuse me, who do you think will be the players to watch for Hyperion and VBU?
Well, if Rune Mage is coming back, obviously you have to have your eyes on Rune Mage. I mean, he's played an exceptional split so far. He'll be up against Akbala, which will be it'll be a good matchup in the top lane. As much as we meme Akbala, it should be very interesting. Both these players play very aggressive, so there's going to be fighting in the top lane, 100%. Akbala's either going 0-10 or 10-0. It's just his play style, so we'll see how that's going to go. I also think, obviously, you said mid. I don't really need to touch up on it. Everyone knows that. How that'll go. I mean, you could see jungle, right? I think both the junglers are I think they're both Team 1 and Team 2 All-Stars. So that'll be a very good matchup. I think both these junglers are like players that their team needs them to get ahead, or their team kind of falls apart. They like heavily play around their jungler. Whether that be All Fire, obviously, or Zuko. I think they're both really, really good, and they bring a lot to their team, even if they aren't like the carry player that is you're gonna 1v9 the game. They do a really good job at enabling their players to carry.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think both Zuko and Allfire are, those kind of junglers that are there to support their team. They're there to set up plays and be the ones that, enable their team and put their team ahead instead of themselves. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see like who they decide to play around, how they decide to play around them, and I think there's a lot. There's a lot of different ways both teams could play. I think another point I wanted to talk about was like I think both of the bot lanes, I feel like Yeah, I feel like both bot lanes are usually left to like, oh, let's just pick weak side. Let's just be one Jinx. I know that VBU likes to do that a lot. But I feel like the bot lane is another point in, I guess, because ever since VBU brought in Buckby, there's been a lot of, I feel like a bit of a change in the VBU team dynamic. It's not like, I'm trying to decide exactly how to word this. It's not like Buckby has quote unquote like replaced Toxin. I don't think he's, 1-to-1 ratio of Toxin, right? Take that how you see fit. But I think that means like VBU kind of plays around Buckby a bit differently than they did when they had Toxin in the ADC position. I think Toxin playing support is obviously very different from Islamic playing support, obviously just by like champion pool alone and just like kind of playstyle. So I think VBU's bot lane is something I feel like I need to see play a bit more together. I haven't seen them play ever since I've only seen them play in that series, obviously last week. So yeah, I mean there's a lot I think that can change from just like how much I feel if VBU has gotten the practice that they need with this current iteration of their roster versus Hyperion and their iteration of the roster. Obviously Attila and Lo-Fi have been a bot lane, I think, that have done well throughout the entire season. I don't think they're we have to play strong side, give us like all the resources kind of bot lane, but I think they're very consistent and they're a consistent and well performing bot lane. I don't think they are the hard carries, but I don't think they're the ones that usually run it down. So yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see how I think both of these bot lanes go against each other. And Sultan is still MIA, so unfortunately I don't think we're gonna get to hear his opinion about the VBU prediction. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, there's not really much more to talk about. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it sucks because there's only one series, but like, there's not much more to talk about. We've kind of gone through everything.
I mean, Clutch, are there any picks that you want to see specifically from any players or any team?
Act below Jace.
Low-key, I thought the same. I was like, man, people who play...
I need to see Act below's Jace. Are you kidding me?
Like, Jace is a champion. It's just like, it's just hard win or hard lose.
Yeah, dude, Act below Jace is so funny, man. Dude, there's a clip. I don't know if you've seen it. When he played Flippa, and he went in and he's like, "I'm the Jace God," and then Carito like walked forward, hit E, and he got one shot, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's like, "I'm the Jace God," and then gets one shot by the laser.
It's crazy. Yeah, I think another pick. I laughed about it before.
That was so funny.
Just all fire into Juani jail. Hopefully they pick melee with him this time.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think what spicy picks we could see today. Maybe we'll see an Aurelia, but I don't know.
Yeah, I have seen the Rune Mage on the Irelia before. I think Irelia is still a champion that just is still able to just stat check everybody. It's really gross and annoying.
Yeah, Aurelia is disgusting. I don't know. I think, maybe we see like a Ziggs or something, but like Ziggs really isn't like, it's kind of meta now. So like, not really a spicy pick.
Ziggs
like,
is
cool,
my solo queue ban right now.
I'm trying to think what else. I would say Brand, but I don't think Dracana is playing actually. I think it's Bad Vibes, so I don't think we're gonna see a Brand because I know he likes to play a lot of Brand mid. So yeah. What else?
Do you think Corki will be banned? Is my question.
Yes. But he dropped like how many kills last week? Like 40? On a Corki?
Let's see, 20 in the first game, and I think 19 in the second.
Yeah, he's never getting that champ ever again.
Whew. 39 kills. Oh my goodness, Corki is pretty busted. And then you look at his solo queue win rate on Corki.
I'm trying to think what else. Maybe we'll see like a Yone or something. Because I know he plays a lot of Yone mid.
Oh, Yone I think is a big champion. You can make some really big plays on Yone. I think I have seen Kaiten play the Yone. I think Yone is a pretty good champion if, given the right circumstances. Obviously AD mid's not always the pick. Same with AP mid's not always the pick. But I feel like a lot of people, especially in lower elos, tend to pick more utility or more like control mages in the mid lane just because it fits into a lot more team comps, it's a lot safer to blind, it's not as easy to punish, kind of stuff like that. But yeah, I do think that I think AD mids have a good place in time, and if Yone is the pick, I would like to see some Yone.
Yeah, we'll see. What else is gonna be picked? Yeah, I don't know. There's like picks we probably don't even know that teams have been practicing. That is gonna get picked tonight. So like that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll be watching the series. Like I said, I do have to take an exam, so like I'll be watching like half the series. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes tonight. I think what I do want to see out of both these teams is, I mean, it's what I want to see. Maybe not the viewers, but I want to see one team just smash the other team like really, really bad. I'm talking like a 3-0, like 25 minutes, 20 minutes each game. Because if a team wants to make a case to me why they're going to beat Flippa, they need to do that because I think Flippa is like a tier above everyone else in the league right now. And I think if this series is really close, it doesn't give me hope that they can beat Flippa. But I'm sure the viewers do not want a 3-0 stomp. They want something really close, like a banger. I know you might want a 3-0 stomp, you know, in and out. um, but yeah, I'm hoping for a 3-0 stomp by one team. I don't care which one it is. I would be fine with seeing. I mean, obviously I own VBU, so you know, a little bit biased towards VBU maybe making it. But I just want to see one team smash the other so that we can possibly get a close
Maybe
finals.
this is the maybe this is the reverse psychology. You voted against VBU and now they're gonna like win this week, you know? But yeah, I have to agree with you. I think if one or either of these teams wants like, you know, even a chance to really get back at Flippa, you really have to stomp this week because honestly, the VBU Flippa series should have been a 2-0 for Flippa if Kyton didn't like hero play on Tristana in their base. So I definitely think it should have been a 2-0 for Flippa, and obviously, you know, Flippa 3-0'd Hyperion in the next week. So, like you said, Clutch, there's gonna be there's gonna need to be some real League of Legends action going on, if you know what I mean. And by that I mean, you know, you just, you know, flip your game and hopefully you win.
Yeah, we'll see how it'll go. I mean, that's all I've got though. I mean, there's nothing more that I have to say.
Unfortunately, Sultan is not here. We cannot pick his brain. No Matt Pizza either. Matt Pizza, I feel like he's like the comedic relief in any TV show. You know, the one that just like
Yeah.
he's not here. He can't. Don't tell him. Shh, don't tell Matt Pizza. He's the comedic relief. You know, there's like someone you always gotta laugh at or laugh with. Excuse me. You know.
Yeah.
We're not laughing at him. We're laughing with him. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, short pregame show. But, you know, going into this week, Hyperion Origin VBU Krypton, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sorry for the short pregame show again. It's just me and Clutch. You guys are probably sick of hearing of us. But if you don't want to hear us talk, then, well, I guess just don't watch the pregame show. Unlucky. But, okay. Hopefully we'll see all of you guys at 8 p.m. Eastern. Best of 5, Hyperion Origin versus VBU Krypton.